now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
So we're on location, folks, here at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. And if you recall, when Joe was on the show, we said, well, let's go to the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton and talk to some of the people who come here and enjoy themselves. Now, today, we're going to talk to a few people, members at the club here, as well as talk to Joe and then see a couple activities. And I'm sure, folks, it's not hard. It's going to be an opportunity for you to just see what's happening here. First, let's introduce, I want to introduce to you a friend of mine for a long time, Gary, who's very involved in the community. Gary Danishes, his name is. Gary, you've been involved up here how long?
Since it's actually opened 7 years ago.
So let me ask you something. You know, what was your first reaction? Because people are always hesitant to start a program and then get involved with it. How did you do this?
Well, it was my wife's idea. She was she was a member at the old place, and she said, you know, you need to get some exercise into your life and some activities. And I tried going with her in the evening. That didn't work out because, you know, shooting video and editing all day, you're exhausted. So what I did was I tried coming in the morning. And I worked a routine out that I'm actually here at 5 o'clock every morning, and I'm here for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You get here at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I'm here right when Joe gets here. We open the door together.
So what are some of the things that you do?
I work on the treadmill. I have to watch because I did some damage to my disc up in here. So I work on the treadmill. I do some sit-ups. I work on some of the machines for upper body strength, things like that.
Okay, now the thing is this, was there a specific, was it just a general thing that you want to come and just get physical exercise, or was it something that was bothering you at the time when you started?
Truthfully, I had seen a lot of my friends and family members either getting very ill or dying, and that was young. And I thought to myself, I really want to be healthy. I want to see to my 70s if it's possible, and maybe go up to the 80s. And recently, in the last few months, I've actually shed over 30 pounds.
I can see, you look fabulous.
I've been really pushing it here, and they help. The nice thing is the staff is there for you to motivate you and also change things up, because you can't do the same thing over and over. It doesn't do any good for you. And
that's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes people who are just who want to start, they don't know what to do. Okay, so, you know, do I do this? You know, let me do this, and they start doing maybe the wrong things. But you have guidance here, correct?
Yes, and I always advise somebody new, work with the staff, because if you don't work with the staff, you're liable to do more damage to yourself. They'll help you, they'll guide you. Usually your doctor will tell you too what you can do and what you can't do, but always work with the staff.
So you're having fun, huh?
I'm having lots of fun.
Now do me a favor. Don't call me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, that's good. So you're having fun and you're enjoying it.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. And keep up the good work you're doing in the community. Gary's one of the people who have been involved here at the Health and Wellness Center. Now, you don't have to get up at 5 o'clock, folks, okay? They're open here all day, and there's many opportunities. So now what I'd like to do is talk to another person who comes up here. His name is Jim Curto. Jim, how long have you been coming here?
Since I was born 2 years ago. Dr. Theodore Phillips brought me back to life from down in the hospital, and I've been here ever since then.
So in other words, you came here as a result of a...
I came here as a result of a triple bypass.
Is that right? So what advice would you have for people, you know, now who haven't had a triple bypass?
Don't get one. No, actually, if you had to, the doctors between here and the Lehigh Valley Hospital are fantastic. I think it's one of the greatest things that happened that they coupled up, because this area needs that type of people that can really take care of you.
So what do you do here? I mean, what's your routine?
My routine here is I come in 3 days a week.
Don't tell me you come at 5 o'clock with Gary.
Oh, no. I'm not. In fact, I don't know why I'm here this early. I usually come in around 11.
Yeah.
And I work out on the treadmill, mostly cardio. Mm-hmm. And for the last 2 years I've been doing that, and it's only been the last 6 months I started working out with weights. I came in at 187 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm down to 160.
That's fabulous.
And that's without giving up anything that I like to eat.
So just basically, exercising. Yeah. Okay, so there's always, as I mentioned to Gary, there's always that, the starting. Okay, how do I start? You know, I know I need a program. I don't want it to be too hard on me. So, what advice do you have to people saying, "Come on, get off your fannies and let's do something"?
Come in and talk to the staff here. Anyone you want. They're all pleasant people. They're all knowledgeable people. They work with you. They really watch me a lot because, you know, they go by what your doctors say. If they, for instance, the doctor says I'm not supposed to lift anything over 10 pounds. They see me with an 8-pound weight, they're getting worried. And so they keep on top of you, and they're really out for your health. But it's an all-around program. It's nutrition. It's education. It's the working out, and they really care. I mean, and as far as getting along with them, I've made a tremendous amount of friends here.
Yeah.
You know.
I was going to ask you that. How about, you know, meeting friends and?
That's because I was reading the notes.
Yeah. I'm supposed to read the notes. You don't read the notes.
I'm sorry, Sam.
I'm the dummy here. You're the smart one.
No, you're a brother knight. You're a brother knight. I know better.
So tell me, you know, as I mentioned to Gary, you know, Gary, of course, thank God, didn't have any, you know, triple bypass. You didn't have any serious. Okay, thank God for that. But he saw his friends, you know, not doing well, and because of maybe not a program that would help him. So this is something that we would like to tell the people that, you know.
There's no doubt that, let's face it, every day you see more and more medical science moving into areas that you can't believe, such as in diabetes and everything else. And you learn that from coming here because you can talk to these people here about anything you have. And I advise anyone who's feeling anything, don't waste your time waiting. Get in and talk to a professional.
Well, Jim, keep up the good work.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again,
it's always
Sam.
a pleasure. Folks, I'm here at the the Health and Wellness Center, Hazleton. Phone number's on the screen, folks. Give them a call. But what is this whole thing about? If you remember, I had Joe on the phone, on the show, and we talked about this program up here. Joseph, come up here. I like the setup here. It's beautiful. Okay, this place is gorgeous, folks. If you haven't come here, just take a look at it. And you'll be greeted by a very, very nice person who thinks my son is handsomer than I am, but that's okay. That's all right. I used to like that girl, but I don't know if I like her anymore. Joseph, so tell me, you know, basically we talked before. Okay, give us a little brief description of what happens here.
Well, basically what happens here, depending on if you're walking in or you have an appointment set up, we'll make sure, you know, each person has an independent fitness program. My recommendation is calling us up to make sure they have an appointment, but like I said, we take the walk-ins. We are constantly busy. We're on the floor. As Gary and Jim said, we're always watching over, making sure, you know, things are going correctly with the program. And then obviously if there's questions or concerns, they can easily come up to the desk and talk to us about it.
What do you think, you know, looking at the structure here, what separates the I want to get this right, the Health and Wellness Center Hazleton from other facilities?
Well, we're not just your typical facility, a typical gym. I know a lot of people out there think, when they think fitness centers, they think, you know, blonde, skinny. It's a different setting. It's a more patient care type setting. We have the doctors, we have physical therapy here, we have occupational therapy here, we have chiropractors here. So we have a bunch of things and tools that people can, you know, if something happens, they can go see the doctor or whatnot. But we have that extra care than, you know, like a typical gym would have. We all have background education. We have different experiences, strength and conditioning, group exercise, you know, list goes on from their personal training. So we're just not that walk-in gym and you can just do your own thing. We rather make sure you're doing the correct thing.
When you're here, okay, and you first come in, as I said, the starting is always the difficult part. I've been coming here for 5 years.
Right.
I haven't come here yet.
Right.
Okay, don't ask me why. It's like going to get my colonoscopy. I waited 3 years for that. When I went, it was a piece of cake. But maybe listening to Danny, and Gary and Joe, you know, I like to come up here because I was talking to my friend Vic Piazzi a couple of days ago, and he said, "Where are you, Sam?" I come in. You know, it's always that starting point. Okay, sure. I guess no matter how busy you are, you should fit some program up. But the question I'm going to ask you is this, for the sake of our viewers: when you're here, you're surrounded by a lot of doctors. I mean, God forbid something should happen, and folks, I'm going to say something, but you have cardiac. I mean, tell me who's here.
Well, as I was saying, we have Dr. Gavio. He's a chiropractor. We have the cardiac rehab, Corrine Stone downstairs, who is a big part of fitness. Who actually started in fitness, and now she's downstairs, but she comes up frequently. So if you have a heart condition or something, or you're unaware of what you should be doing, we can consult with cardiac rehab. Amanda Sparuto, who's also in cardiac rehab. Jaron Ferentz, he's a strength and conditioning. He basically can tell you the ins and outs of what muscles to what muscle strengthening for the legs or knees or back. So we have those coaching abilities. And then you have the physical therapy. So if someone has a direct question at that point in time, maybe they twist an ankle or maybe they bummed a knee a little bit, I can walk over and introduce them to one of the physical therapists and have them answer the question better and make sure that we're all on the same page and doing the correct exercises together.
So okay, we know we're secure if there's anything happens. So we come here, and as I was mentioning to Gary, I don't know really what to do. Okay, I know I want to have I want to start doing some exercising or whatever, but I don't want to overdo it. I don't know, all the different things. So take me to the initial step for those viewers out there. Say, well, I'll give them a call, talk to Joe, whomever, and what's my process here?
Well, we'll set you up with one of the staff members, myself, Janet, Jared, or Amanda, and make sure, find out what your starting point is, whether it be you're here for weight loss, whether it be, you had a knee injury a little bit ago, maybe you want to just strengthen that up a little bit. Maybe you're not good on the treadmill, but we have the new steps, we have the rowers, we have the bikes that are different that they can do instead of putting a lot of pressure on. So we'll set you up with the evaluation and then walk you through the program. Probably about 3 or 4 personal training sessions might do the job, so we'll make sure you get those personal training sessions in the beginning.
So how much time do I have to be involved here?
For the most part, the first session you're looking probably half an hour to an hour, depending on your status. And then from there we give you hour sessions to make sure that you're okay. And then obviously later on down the road, about 6 months or so comes, we'll give you another refresher, a reevaluation. 12 months down the road, we'll give you another 2 personal training sessions. So we're making sure you're comfortable coming here.
You know what, when speaking to some of like Gary and Jim and some of the people that I know who will come here, you know what they say? They love coming here. Is that, Gary, you love coming here, Jim? I mean, it's not like, oh, I got to get up, but I ain't getting up at 5 o'clock.
As you said, the hardest point is getting here.
Yeah,
but once you're here, it's a smoothing.
Come on, get me on the ball here, will you? I want to get like Gary. I want to lose about. How many pounds you lose, Gary?
Over 30.
Over 30 pounds. Gosh, that's great. And I don't think you didn't come for a weight program, did you? Just came to, well, in other words, and Jim said he lost some weight and is eating everything. I like that part, Jim. You can eat everything, but it's getting started and getting the things moving. Okay, so you have a process here where they come in, you tell them what it is. Of course, it's always good to, if they have a family physician, if they're not going for their yearly checkups, it's always good to go to a family physician, folks. You know that, at least once a year. But coming here, you're going to make sure that they're in good shape, correct?
Absolutely. And then we'll also keep contact with the physician. We'll send out medical clearance forms, make sure they're okay, and if they want us to touch base with their physician with their workout, absolutely, we can fax it over or even call. So.
Well, don't forget, now you have to twist my arm, okay, to get here. Okay, all right. Folks, I'm here at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton. I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to mispronounce the name here, but it's right over here across from Walmart on the Beltway. We're going to take a break right now. We come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on here. You'll see some things, some activities. And I know, folks, you're like me. You can't get started, but give them a call, and I'm sure I'm going to have to do that because Joe will be calling me every day and start a program that's healthy for you. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, folks. I'm Sam Lesante. You're watching the Sam Lesante Show. Remember, 24/7, SSPTV.com. My email is sam@SSPTV.com. Thank you so much. We have over 1 million hits on our website. You remember every show we have, especially all these health shows we're doing. Now the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton are on the internet. Now, we're here on location, as I said, at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton, and we're talking to some people who have come here and exercise. We're also going to see some aerobics and how it happens. But this is an interesting story. Denise Early. Well, Denise, you tell me the story, how you started, what happened, because I think this is a very interesting story.
Well, I started 2.5 years ago. I was in my late 30s, approaching 40, and exercised every day on my own at home. But as I reached 40, it wasn't enough. So my girlfriend asked me if I wanted to come to the Health and Wellness Center with her for personal training. And I said I would try it once and I would never do it again because I really do not like any type of fitness center. But she talked me into it, and I came once, and I had Joe as a personal trainer. The two of us had Joe, and it was very, very difficult, but I really enjoyed it. And I liked the fact that when I came here, it was comfortable. Everybody was warm and welcoming. I didn't feel like I walked in and everybody turned to look who the new girl was. So I really enjoyed it. I started coming twice a week for the personal trainings. That turned into 3 times a week. And then I started doing a couple classes, which I said I would never, ever do a class. I didn't like them. But I started doing a couple classes. So it not only changed myself physically, but it also helped me mentally deal with stresses that we all have. So 6 months ago, I decided that I wanted to motivate others to make themselves to improve their health, both physically and mentally. So I went and I got my group exercise certification and my spinning certification. I applied here for a job. And I was hired a few weeks ago, started working 2 weeks ago, doing spin classes. I'm also doing boot camp classes and total body conditioning.
That's an interesting story. Boot camp, that's interesting. But okay, so you're hitting on some very important issues where, when you talk about fitness centers, you see the ads where all these people are built and all the girls have the greatest bodies, and so you become a little intimidated because you say, I don't want to go and become intimidated. But and you said you weren't that way in the beginning. You figured. So what happened when you came here?
When I came here, I
were
felt
still apprehensive.
Immediately as soon as I walked through the door, it was a different experience.
Is that right?
It was warm. Everybody cares about each other. The clients care about the clients. Mm-hmm. The employees care about the clients, and the employees care about each other. Mm-hmm. And it's been such a comfortable, wonderful experience for me. That, like I said, I started coming twice, and I said I would never ever come. I started coming twice, 3 times a week, and then started doing group exercise classes. So I was here about 5 times a week.
Did they put you on when the very first time you came here? They do a test or to find out what you needed or what you wanted to do? Or?
Right. They got a baseline start,
okay,
so that every couple months you can go and see how you're improving, and also to give them an idea of where they could start with you. So yeah, they did that.
My wife and I were talking over the weekend. She said, how she walks a lot, and my daughter's a runner, and she said, she could walk, all day, and runs a little bit. But she said, the adrenaline and how you feel and how it makes you feel as far as exercising. But the good point is that it makes you, takes a lot of stress and makes you think a little bit better, I think.
There's a lot of bad addictions out there, and people turn to them to deal with stress. This is what I turned to deal with stress in my life. And at first my husband said, "You're going to the gym again?" And I said, I could be addicted to exercise, or I could be addicted to something far worse.
Yeah,
and this is definitely a good addiction to have. Yeah. And it helps you deal with the stresses in your life. And everybody has stresses in their lives.
Now you come here what time in the morning?
Sometimes I come at 5.
Yeah. You and Gary, I think you met her get your heads checked.
That's how I met Gary. We were on the treadmill next to each other. And now we're good friends, and that's what's happened here as well. I've met so many wonderful people, made so many friendships, and we support each other.
You have some children, right?
I have 2 boys.
2 boys, okay. And does your husband come here?
My husband does come here. And
I thought I saw him. That's right. I thought I saw him here.
Yes. He fought it for a while, and then he started coming.
Well, of course, his wife says you're going, you're going.
That's right.
See, more wives should be like that.
That's right.
I hope my wife's not watching this program because I've been trying to do that, but you're never too busy.
No, you have to make it. Your body needs water every day to survive. Yeah. Your body needs food every day to survive, and we need exercise every day if we could get it, but at least 5 times a week in order to keep our bodies healthy. It's just as important as the water and the food that we're providing for it.
And so now you're instructor.
I just became an instructor a few weeks ago, yes.
That's good. Well, congratulations
Thank
to you.
you.
And take
Now
it
I
easy.
think I'm going to expect you in one of my classes.
Yeah, I know you're going to be mean to. When you said boot camp, that got me a little nervous.
No. Boot camp could be as hard as you want it to be, but there's modifications for everything. So anyone can come to my boot camp.
So you come up here, work out, and then you do your classes?
Well, if I'm doing a class, I'm typically not here doing a workout.
Because you're doing that when your class.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to an extent, I'm the instructor, so I'm needing to pay attention to everybody's form and making sure nobody's injured. But I do get a bit of a workout in while I'm doing it, sure.
Well, that's good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm
going to sign you up as soon as I get back in there.
I'm telling you, folks, don't be like me. Get going and give them a call here. But how about age? I mean, there's no age difference here, right? I mean, I've seen my good friend Art McCormick's 93. He comes here. Art comes here, and it's amazing. Some people I know are 80, some are 60, some are 30s. So there's no different men or women, no age difference here.
No, absolutely. I mean, if you start now with a good exercise program, you're going to feel that much better when you get into your 80s and 90s. And so it's important at any age to begin an exercise program. You start off slow, and you work your way up. And it's amazing. It's very exciting when you do something for the first time and it's difficult. And then you try it again and you're like, well, it's not quite as difficult this time. And then maybe a couple weeks go by and you remember back to, wow, this used to be hard. And now I can push it to the next level because I'm there. And any age, you'll find that.
And it becomes fun.
It is, well, and when you have people surrounding you that are encouraging you, and you build those friendships, you want to come to the gym and work out with people next to, like Gary, that I would work out on the treadmill with every morning, and we would talk and laugh and joke as we were getting our workout in.
That's terrific. Denise Early, folks, she became an instructor, and she's telling me I better sign up. But folks, it's the Health and Wellness Center here in Hazleton. Now, when we come back, we're going to actually see aerobics and how it works. But there's all kind of levels here, folks. You start off really slow, you go to intermediate, and then go to advanced, or whatever you want to do, it's here for you. We're trying to promote healthy stuff, correct?
That's right.
All right. And you may even get Denise Early, and she'll be good on you. But me, she's going to be tough. I know that. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, folks. I'm Sam Lesante, and we're here at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton on location. Remember, folks, the phone number is on the screen. Yes, I'm going to call, too. We're going to come up here and start getting healthy. But now, before we actually show you some of the things that are happening here, I'm going to talk to Janet Corchado, and she is the exercise physiologist. That's a big word, right? What does that mean, exercise physiologist?
We know the background of exercise, movement.
So you have to have a whole background of everything?
Yes. And
specifically, if somebody wants, is there any age difference here?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't make any difference what ages. They could be young, old, it doesn't make any difference. And if somebody just wants to come in here and just do like a tour, could you provide?
Yeah, they can come in, they could do a walk-in. We do prefer appointments, but we would definitely take them and show them around and make them feel comfortable.
As an exercise physiologist, you will be able to do what for me?
Get you in shape.
Get me in shape.
Make you look good.
Could you make me? Could you make me 6 foot? Maybe give me about 2 inches taller or something like that.
I can't do that.
But I think it's important that people, know who their instructors are and know what's happening. So now, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to end the show by showing you what some of the things are done here. This is the aerobics, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And as you're looking at this, Janet is going to explain something. So now let's show you exactly what's going on. So Joe, that's your cue, okay? All right. So what are they doing right now?
Right now they're doing a body pump class, and what it is, it allows you to get all the benefits of resistance training, workout, lifting heavy weights. The key is developing long, lean muscles, and it's also good to get rid of some weight training.
And so this takes a process, right? I mean, you're developing from the very beginning, so everyone's told and instructed,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. And this is a choreographed class, and it targets every muscle group.
Oh yeah? What do you mean a choreographed class?
With every song, it works like different muscle groups. Like each track, like it targets like upper body, biceps, shoulders, triceps, glutes.
So what you're watching, folks, is one of the sessions that they have up here at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton. And phone number is on the screen, folks. Give them a call. Now, this is just part of it. I mean, some people don't have to do this if they want to, but there's sort of like a regimentation here. So
Yes.
some of these people do the treadmill. Yeah, yeah. So now, where do you get involved when someone comes here, and when do you interview people, or what do you talk with them? What part of the interview or setup did you get involved?
When they come in for the evaluation, like we figure out like what they're looking for when they come here, and then we can set up a program, or if they're interested in classes. We actually recently added new classes. We have a hula hoop class, piloxing, insanity, which is a big one.
So basically, this is affecting almost, you said,
Every muscle group.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now they're doing legs and butt.
And what does that do for the body? Is it just
Firms it and tones it.
okay? Circulation-wise, and does it help with the circulation?
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
Okay. So this is one of the programs they have up here, folks, at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton. And once again, thank you, Janet.
You're welcome.
And what we advise you to do is very simple. Give them a call and start a program that's good for you. I'm Sam Lesante, and we're here at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton. So we'll let you leave with one of the programs they have here at the Health and Wellness Center.